Okay, hey there, welcome back. Happy New Year's Eve. So, we are going to continue our push to chapter 100. We just finished chapter 81 where Lego C said that he was gonna fight Riz. I have my thoughts about that and how that's gonna go. I'm still in the camp that Lego C has no chance of beating Riz just because of how nature is. I personally haven't heard of a wolf beating a bear, but you know, shonen, so anything can happen, I suppose. But I don't know. I have my thoughts about that. Um, anyway, we are on chapter 82 across the universe. We are gonna get right into it. Legos, he said that he wants to be able to understand Riz better, and he's gonna do that from like fighting him. The alternative I thought was he's not gonna eat meat. Actually, I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't know how he's gonna. I don't know. I can't understand Legosi. Let's just do it. Let's just get into the chapter. Let's do it. Okay, so looks like we have a flashback here. Huh. This piece of bark is peeled off. Legosi has loved bugs ever since he was little. But why is he in the woods? I'm sorry. Under this fluffy leaf mold lies the scent of life. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I see where this is going. So, if he's not gonna eat meat, like from a herbivore, I suppose the next best thing would be these bugs that he's looking for. Okay, so I'm starting to understand now. Kind of answered my own question, but the closest he can get, not to a herbivore, it's not about the herbivores, right? It's about the understanding. It's about coming to a conclusion through understanding of what it means to take a life, which is what Riz has done. He killed Tim, the alpaca. He ate him. He justified it to himself in a way that is, I don't know. He justified it to himself a certain way. I can't find the words to say it, but so Legosi is gonna try and get as close as possible to understand without crossing that line, which is okay, which is a good alternative. I forgot how small Larva was. Why is he gathering bugs in the middle of the night? I'm pretty sure he's gonna kill that. Or is he gonna eat it? He's gonna eat it. It makes sense to eat it. Okay. It's moving. It's conscious. I could tell. It's a living thing. It's a living thing, but it's not. Okay, it's funny how they view bugs in this universe because I think in the early chapters, like it's okay for them to eat like chicken eggs and yeah, chicken eggs and tofu and stuff, but as long as it's not alive and it has like a conscious, like a higher consciousness, like it's not able to think, it's fine to eat. I don't think they mention anything about live bugs though, but I wouldn't think that's illegal if it can't talk back. What about fish and stuff like that? Like fish, like shrimp, crab, like what about like sea crustaceans? I don't think that ever got brought up either. Now that I think about it. Yeah, come to think of it, what about fish? I don't know. We'll see. So, let's see. I've always been drawn to bugs ever since I was little. Please talk to me, bugs. I need your help. Okay, so it's coming full. So it's coming full circle now because if you remember, like in the earlier chapters, Legosi had a stag beetle. What did he call it? I think it was literally called beetle or something, or was it Kabuto? I'll call it Kabuto. And then it died, but Legosi wasn't there when it died, and I think that was I think that when it died, I think it was much more metaphorical about how Legosi was growing up, right? So he kind of outgrew the beetle, and he didn't need it anymore. It's been a while since I reviewed that chapter, but it was like during like the Shishigumi fight. Are you sure about this? Yes, I'm gonna eat these insects alive. Oh, okay. Okay, called it. Nice. He even has like he even has like silverware like laid out. He's not too he's not too happy about it because Legosie's always been the type of character where he's always been close to books because these are something that he loves, right? He's like, this is the Legacy. These represent the Legacy that we met at the beginning of the series, right? To himself, quiet, just playing with this little beetle. The relatable Legacy, the Legacy that we love. So now, I feel like he has to go back to that place, right? Beatley died. I called it Beatley. I just called it Kabuto, right? Kabuto died of his just because it was his time, right? Legacy ended up nurturing him and taking care of him because he was sick. But now, it's much different, where he's going to willingly, instead of saving a life, which is what he's been doing, he's gonna simulate taking a life through eating these bugs. I never thought you would start a creepy ass ceremony in my clinic. Seriously, what is with all these candles? I figured having fire would help the souls fly into heaven for the bugs. Wait, they have a. Oh, wait, that's interesting. They have heaven? That's like actually a concept in this universe? That's interesting. There are interesting implications now that I just said that. Well, actually, no, no, no. Yeah, that is interesting that he said heaven, because in Japanese culture, I believe like there's like what's it called? I think it's like Shinto mythology or something like that. There's like a soul in everything, so that's interesting. You'd say that, but if you look at it through that like lens, it makes sense that Legoshi would say that. So, also, I took off my shirt so I could feel more intimate with these raw bugs. I'm so nervous. Have you eaten bugs before? Nope, pandas don't need protein. I know insects are an invaluable food source for carnivores. They legalized the use of insect ingredients like insect broth and insect powder. However, they do they do their best to avoid eating actual live insects. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, cool. So my question got answered again. Great. Insect broth and insect powder so they avoid live things as much as possible. Most carnivores don't want to bear the guilt of consuming a life away just for a little snack. Well, if eating that bunch of crawling protein gets you interested in eating herbivore meat, then this will backfire completely. Ah, that's also. I like that this is coming from Going, because there's always a risk because Legos he has a resistance to his cravings and his instincts for herbivore meat, but that doesn't mean he's immune. Like that's like I view Legosi as a character that has that savage in him that Louis pointed out in the earlier chapters. That's just waiting to explode. I view him as kind of like a ticking time bomb, right? Like one misstep and that's it. His life is over. But we'll see. We'll see. The guilt of consuming a life away. I've done my best to avoid eating insects. If you tried to stop me now, I think I would stop immediately. I'm so arrogant. The living being is trying its best to live, and yet I think it's fine to eat it because it's just a little bug. Why do I think this way? What? Okay. 82. 82, page 9. Okay. Why are you bringing this up now? You've always been an arrogant little shit. What? You beat the shit out of males that piss you off even though you're a little virgin. You force your morals on everyone around you, and the only female you've got your eyes on is a little bunny. This is why Going is the bro. He's saying what Legacy needs to hear, and Legacy is us. Like, if you've been paying attention and following, Legacy is us. He's saying what we've been seeing, and he's also saying what we've been like missing if you didn't catch it like the first time. So that's kind of like a meta moment, right? So that's really cool that that Goeen is telling Legacy this because he needs to hear it, right? Especially this part, how he's forcing his morals on everyone around him, which is essentially what he's doing with Riz right now. Because I said before that Legacy doesn't need to fight Riz. That that doesn't need to happen at all. Fighting Riz is nonsensical. All he has to do is just go to the police, tell them what happened. He has Pina to testify, who is a herbivore, right? Who is on his side. That's all he needs, especially in a society that they live in. Riz would be locked up. Like, if a herbivore were to point a feather, were to point a, if a herbivore were to point a finger and have the backing of a carnivore, or vice versa, carnivore point the finger and have the backing of an herbivore and saying, yes, he did it. I was there when he admitted to it. There's your proof right there. And Rokume could even, where is Rokume? She could even like testify as well with evidence that she found, because she is the school security guard, right? Where is she in all this? We have not seen that character. Anyway, so basically, I'm a poser. But that's okay. You're improving your carnivore unique fighting sense for the sake of protecting others. That's right. I want to get closer to him. I want to bring Riz the brown bear down with my own hands. Yeah, so I don't have any other choice. This has to be done. That's not true. You do have a choice. It's your ego. I wish Goheen had said more to him, because I really don't like it. This is a Legacy story, and I guess we have to get a fight because Shonen, but it's his ego. I feel like if he doesn't learn something about that, if he doesn't learn about himself a little bit more, well, a lot more, and recognize when his ego is just out of hand. I don't like how Going kind of just validated his way of thinking by saying, "Oh, it's fine because you're using your fighting senses to protect others, right?" I think the best way to protect them would be the most efficient way. Go to the police. Tell Rokume. But I guess. Forgive me. Teach me about life. Here goes nothing. It'd be kind of anticlimactic if nothing happened and he didn't learn a thing. That's also valid. But let's see what he's gonna learn. What is this? Okay, he has his eyes closed, so this is the sensation he's visualizing. Kind of like if you've seen the movie Ratatouille, when Remy's eating like the different food and he's noticing like, the how it pops in his mouth, like the flavors and the texture and all that. That's what's happening right here. I don't know why, but I like how it looks. This is a lot more squishy than I thought. This is the outward skin. Oh, its legs are moving under my tongue. Oh, liquid. Whoa, whoa. What's this thick flavor? Bitterness and saltiness. The smell of grass. The smell of soil. The smell of the wind. Oh, I see now. All these meaningful flavors are concentrated into one complex flavor. This is the flavor of life. Wait. Are you really going to throw up, young wolf? It's a giant moth. Moth? Now that you have eaten me, I am forever unable to reach this form. I'm sorry, Moth-san. I saw you crawl over my hand while you were in your larva state, but I still chose to eat you. I'm sure that I trivialized your life. I discriminated against you so I could empower my life. I had no qualms about eating you. Please, scold me. Oh wait, that's not the moth, that's like I was saying. Please scold me. I'll accept any punishment you give me, even though it won't compensate for my wrongdoings. Okay, so my 2 cents on this. He says he feels like he trivialized his life, right? But that's the thing, though. That's life, and that's life in general. You have to, you have to eat to empower yourself, and sadly, if you're a carnivore, sometimes it's at the expense of someone else's life. That's the reality of being a carnivore. But that doesn't necessarily mean that has to be a bad thing, you know? That's just the circle of life. Remember, like when Lion King, when Mufasa was telling Simba, the animal, Simba, everything in life is connected. What's it called? The antelope eats the grass, right? Then the lion eats the antelope. That's how it goes. Circle of life. Trivialize, discriminate, punishment, compensate. Those words are meaningless to us insects. We live only for the sake of living. Okay. Okay. They don't. Okay. So these words here, these are man-made constructs, right? Not man. Well, they're not man, but you get what I'm saying, right? These constructs were created by people. Well, they're not people, but you get what I'm saying, you know? These were constructs that were created by beings with higher thought. Is what I'm trying to say, right? But insects are simple creatures, so they live life simply and as it is, right? They eat, they get eaten, and they think nothing of it. That's just how life goes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Unlike your kind, we are wordless and desireless. Our world is exceedingly simple and refined. There is only the thing that we all need, and that is respect for life. A respect for life? I wish I could have been born as an insect, not some no-good wolf. Life has been nothing but suffering for me because of the stuff I say and the things I think. Okay, so Legosi's coming back to relatable territory for me, and that's kind of sad. I don't think. When was the last time we saw Legosi cry? Look at his look. In fact, I missed this part. Look at his face right here. Like he's shedding. He's starting to shed tears, and here it is right here. And this line right here. This is self-deprecation by Legosi. Like even though he's coming so far as a character, he doesn't think highly of himself at all. He hates himself for even being born the way he is, right? And that's a very human thing. And you see it all the time. Like I'm sure like I don't know. I feel like we've all been there at some point where we just don't like something about ourselves and we desperately wish we can change it or have been born in a different circumstance, but that's not how life works. You get what you get and you just go through it. And it is what you make of it, not what it makes of you. Okay. So, this part. Life has been nothing but suffering for me because of the stuff I say and the things I think. But the thing about that is, something I'll give him credit for as a character, which I find endearing, he's actively trying to better himself. He wants to learn. Like, there's nothing wrong with being ignorant of something. What what is wrong is staying in ignorance, and that's what Legosi isn't doing. He's actually learning about the world, learning about himself, learning about others, just improving. And that's all you can do. It's not going to happen overnight, but you can do it. Anyway, that's enough of my rant. I don't know. This panel right here just kind of hit me right there. Being an insect isn't exactly as easy as living, you know? Yeah, sorry. I enjoyed the time I had before I departed from this world. This is goodbye, O strong life form. I shall become one with your flesh and blood and share the fate that you have in store. Okay, so he ate him, and he's a part of him now. Life is beautiful. Oh, you're awake. How long was I like this? About 10 minutes. You closed your eyes after you ate that larva and then passed out. So are you addicted to raw protein now? I think I've had enough. One bug was enough to take all of my stamina away. I can't even lift a finger. That's enough complaining. Look at a mirror when you can. You're making a pretty nice face right now. Wait. Oh, his fur's back. Wait, what? We have old Legosi back. He was just... Let me see, because he didn't have a... He was shaved before. Now his face is framed again by his fur. I like his... Man, I have no complaints. I just got so used to seeing him like this, like, with short fur. He looked like a fox. So yeah, he's back to the Legosi we know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. By eating a bug, he is overflowing with vitality. He has grown his fur back and is back to his normal look. Ah, I miss Fox Legacy. But yep, that was chapter 82. That was a really good chapter. I enjoyed it a lot, and I wanna hear Legosi's insights on it if he'll talk about it next chapter. So I'll see you during chapter 83. Like it if you liked it, rate it, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Bye now.